So a big day for Blue Cross Blue Shield and the city of Detroit.
Yeah, it's a terrific day for the Blues. It's one of those once-in-a-generation situations where everything sort of aligned, both our interest in a single campus, the openness of the Renaissance Center because of various things that happened over the last few years, and it was about a 9-month project, and our first 300 people moved in today. It's exciting. We had a lot of folks there, a lot of people that were part of this plan that made it all work between the city, the county, General Motors, ourselves. It was a great partnership. We'll have 6,000 people down here by the end of this year, first of next year. We'll be the largest employer in the business district, private employer. But we join a lot of visionary people down here. What Pete Carmanis did moving down here, which was a gutsy move. Now what Dan Gilbert's doing, the DTE folks, what's going on in Midtown. It is exciting. We're excited.
You saw the census data. People are leaving Detroit. So what are you guys coming in for?
Well, you know, I think it's our opportunity, and I'm a strong believer in the core cities, that ultimately our state is much better off with a stronger Detroit, a stronger Grand Rapids, a stronger Lansing, a stronger Flint. If you look all around the country, generally if core cities are strong, the economy in that state is stronger too. And so we felt it was a business opportunity. This made really good business sense for us. We're going to save somewhere between $30 and $40 million by combining campuses over the next 15 years. So it was a good business move. But I think also for the region it's a good move. And if you look at what's gone on, the Illich's move, even before Mr. Carmanis came down here, you know, it was, I think a lot of visionary folks have viewed it the same way. It's an opportunity, again, for us to combine our campuses. We had 3,000 people down here already.
So give me an idea of what happens then to downtown Detroit now that you're here, you know, just adding on top, as you say, all these other people that keep coming here. Every time you guys add another little layer, what's going to happen downtown? Give me some real life stories if you have any instances of what happens here.
Sure. Just the small vignette. This morning I went down and introduced myself to the Sundre store that was right down between Tower 5 and 600. I introduced myself to the owner, and he is so excited. I mean, we're bringing 3,000. This is a, you know, big for his little small business. Walking around in the Renaissance Center today, there's just more bodies. Talking to the GM folks, they're excited about it. You hear stories about new retail. We'll see. Certainly, Joe Muir's is moving in. Joe Vaccari putting the Joe Muir's restaurant in the old Seldom Blues. There's a lot happening. One of the things that we're doing with the entrance to Tower 5 and 600 is opening it up as well. So besides what we do inside the Renaissance Center, it will be more street friendly. It'll give folks the ability to get in and out of the Renaissance Center right on Jefferson fairly easily, and I think that'll have a, you know, sort of street traffic between, and we're doing that obviously for our folks to go back and forth between Lafayette and the Renaissance Center.
Now, this isn't the first time the Blues have done this kind of thing, moved from the suburbs into the city here in Michigan. This is actually at least your third time, right?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Stephen, this is this move here to Detroit really started by the positive experience we had first in Grand Rapids, where we took about 350 or 400 of our employees in West Michigan. We renovated the Steckety's building in downtown Grand Rapids, which is sort of like the old Hudson's building. It was a department store that now houses our West Michigan operations. And that was a gutsy move at the time, but I'll tell you, our employees are so excited about being downtown. If you suggested anything else, they might not be very happy. That sort of spurned the idea of what are we going to do in Lansing. The Accent Fund, which is our for-profit subsidiary, the workers' comp subsidiary, was growing. When we bought it from the state, we had about 300 employees. It's 2.5 times that now, and we needed more room. We decided let's take a look at the opportunity of renovating the Board of Power and Light building, which is right downtown in Lansing on the Grand River, which was frankly an eyesore for a long time, and it is a beautiful office building that holds 675 people now, can grow to over 1,200 with growth of the company, that really has transformed downtown Lansing. And those two things sort of gave me the idea, because clearly what had gone on with the economy, the Renaissance Center had some room in it. I just said, maybe we should take a look at it. I've always believed in one campus. And that started the conversation, and our folks, along with the city, the county, and and General Motors sat down, and we were able to work this deal out. Again, that was a win-win. If you look at what happens in Oakland County out of this in Southfield, we now put that building back on the tax rolls, which is good for the city of Southfield, good for Oakland County. We've already got 4 people interested in looking at it and buying it. And so there'll be tax benefits to the city of Southfield, to Oakland County. And we're also keeping BCN, which is our HMO subsidiary, which is 1,000 employees in Southfield. So we'll still have about 1,200 employees in Oakland County, which I still think makes us in the top 25 or 30 as employers as well.
What's happened in Grand Rapids, first of all, and then in Lansing? What did the city look like before you guys moved into those venues, and what's happened since?
Well, in Grand Rapids was taking shape. There was a lot of the city leaders really in Grand Rapids have been working together for a long time to try to really ignite downtown Grand Rapids. It had started, you know, what was going on with the Bob, the Van Andel Arena, what was going on with the Van Andel Institute. But there were parts of the center city that needed a core tenant. And I can remember when I was first here, I was in my 2nd or 3rd year working for Dick Whitmer, who was the CEO at the time, where we were brought in, had a meeting with Mayor Logie and the city fathers in Grand Rapids pitching us on the idea. We always felt that we needed to make a statement, be part of the core in West Michigan. And that decision has helped our business. It's helped with downtown Grand Rapids. It spurred development in downtown Grand Rapids in that, in that block or 2 or 3 area. So it was an anchor on a little different part of downtown Grand Rapids that had been growing. And it was a great move for us, no doubt about it.
So the same basic thing happened in Lansing. You took this area that was kind of an eyesore, and now I've seen that area, and it really looks like there's life happening there.
It's amazing. And when when Lansing has always been trying to put a lot of convention business in the Lansing Center. Oftentimes, because I had been there quite a bit, when you look out the window in the Lansing Center, you saw this dilapidated, power building. Now, when you look out, it is this beautiful office building that you've got people all over the place. It's already spurred development in the city center, off near the ballpark. People are excited in Lansing, and it's made really quickly a real big difference. And again, we had cooperation of the city. We worked very well with Mayor Bonero, with the economic development folks. That made a difference, because you usually, when you're doing this stuff, there's 15, 20, 30 different moving parts. And unless everybody's at least trying to be on the same page, it's difficult to do.